Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sam Reading Smut. I learned about this book through TikTok, through Book Talk, like I've learned about a lot of my books. I have a collection of just books that I'm like, I really want them in my TikTok. And she has been in there for multiple books. And the Ripped Bodice here in Brooklyn had 2 of her books for the first time ever the last time I was there, so I just had to get one. I decided to go with this one instead of her alien one. I don't know why, I followed the spirit and the spirit took me here. This is my first Minotaur smut book. I think that was the selling point. It was like, I knew I had this book, which if you haven't watched this book review, go and do it. So I was like, I should try something new. One thing that drew me to this author on TikTok is all her female protagonists are fat. And I think that's so cool. And I'm so happy to see her in a main bookstore. And I won't lie, after reading this book, I'm totally gonna go get some of her other books because it was really good. It was really fun and it was very cute. Before we continue though, I am gonna read the content warning because even though it is fun and it is really cute, it does deal with some very real topics. For instance, it has explicit, kinky, open-door sex, including sex in an escape room. There are mentions of internalized fat phobia / body shame, discussions of food shaming, and lots of profanity. I do think the author handles these topics extremely well. The main female character, Ariadne, is working through them, and Wesley, the male character, actually helps her work through that, and it's done in a very healthy way. Hooray! One thing that I found really cute with this book is if you know Greek mythology, Ariadne, which there's also an opera, Ariadne of Naxos, which I sing that aria. Fun fact, she was the princess in the story about the Minotaur. But of course, the guy who defeated the Minotaur rejected her, and then she ends up with Barnacles. Very fun. But I think it's really cool how the main character is named Ariadne, and I'm sure it's a tip to the actual Greek myth. And also their safe word is yarn. Yes, this is a very kinky book, if you were wondering, if you can't tell from the daddy dom Minotaur romance. At the bottom, there is dom play in it. There is no age play though, thank goodness. I would not have read it if there was. There is an age gap between the 2 characters. The Minotaur is her brother's best friend. There's about a 10-year age gap. She's 30, he's 41. Her brother is a werewolf. That's how the 2 met, because when the brother got turned into a werewolf, Ariadne moved to take care of him and took him to a monster support group where he became friends with Wesley and their gym bros. I know a few of her other books, but I want to see if she has like a series of monster romances that are all about the different monsters in the support group, because I would love that and I would read that immediately. I will say, you will see, this is a very short book. It's a very smutty book. So if you read romance or smut or both, you will know there's differences between smut books. There's some that have like a little bit of smut, and then there's some that have a lot of smut. And the ones that have a little bit of smut have like a better plot most of the time, whereas the ones with a lot of smut tend to have like hardly no plot. This one leans more to that side, but there is actually a really good plot. It is mostly smut, but there is a good story with it. Her new business has blown up where she like designs all these graphic t-shirts and things like that. For a smutty smut book, there actually is a lot to it, and I really enjoy that. They're very in-depth characters, which you don't get a lot when you have a very smutty smut book. So I truly appreciated that. Because it was a very smutty smut book, I did not flip all the things. I want to say there are 5 to 6 smut scenes. It's almost like every other chapter. I could be wrong, I might be over exaggerating, but it was a significant amount. It was very good. It was very spicy. I would give it a 4 out of 5. I liked it. There was a little too much liquid for my taste, a little too much bodily fluid for my personal taste, and that's the only reason it's not getting a 5. But other than that, it was very good. I guess that should be a warning. There's a lot of fluids in their lovemaking. You've been warned. Overall though, I give this book a 10 out of 10. It was super cute. It was super fun. It's a great palate cleanser book. And I really hope there are more. Like, I hope this is kind of a series with the different monsters, because the monster who runs the support group is a Mothman. I would love for her brother to have a monster romance in it too. That'd be fun. They mentioned some sirens, harpies. I would really love the other characters' stories. If you know, let me know in the comments. And if you have a favorite, write it down. I don't think she does. I do follow the author on TikTok. I think this may just be a one-off. But Emily, if you're listening, write more monster smut about the group, okay? Just saying. I'd read it. I'm sure there are others who would too. I will say, as someone who's never read Minotaur smut, this is a great introductory to it. I would probably read another one. It was fun. If you've read this book, let me know what you think about it in the comments. And until next time, happy reading!